Well, the story begins in 2021 in the month of March. I thought to start book reading activity and I was very highly motivated. I thought, okay, because I have heard from a lot of people over internet, YouTube, and as they have suggested, book reading is something is going to transform you. And I thought, okay, note it down. I ordered 4 books online and I thought, okay, let's give it a shot. I started with Think Like a Monk by Jay Shetty. This was my first book ever, and that book was fantastic. Okay, although I have read each and every chapters within 12 or 13 days. I'm not counting the last chapter which was based on relationships. I thought this chapter is not for me as of now. Maybe I will read later on. So apart from this chapter relationships, which was on relationships, I have read all the chapters apart from the last one. Within 12 13 days, I have read it all. That book was fantastic and which helped me a lot. Okay. After that, I read Crushing It and I read the half books of a very famous book of Robin Sharma, The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari. After that, I started losing interest in reading books. I thought, ki, okay, it is taking a lot of time, because book reading is something, it tests your patience level. If you are a very highly patient person, you can sit on your chair for a long period of time, then definitely for you, book reading would be pretty easy. Okay. So in 2021, I have read only 2.5 books, and I'm really grateful that at least I started. Okay. Apart from that, in 2022, 2023, and 2024, it was complete excuse years. I say excuse years because I haven't read any book. I have read maybe 1 or 2 books, but that was different. So now, come, I entered in 2025. So in the month of April, I thought, ki, okay, now let's restart. And then I started with a lot of books, like as I have already made one of the video about a book You Can Win by Shiv Khera. That was my first book which I started in 2025, and in the end of 2025 I have read almost 11 books. Okay, and I'm really grateful that I did, and since today till today I'm continuing it. So what are the things which I have learned from this 19 books which I have read, basically in the last 2 years? So the first thing is, it has given me a patience level, right? Just to sit in a proper place where you can read books for a long period of time, maybe for 1 hour, 2 hour, right? It's totally based upon you and your schedule. Okay, so it has helped me to build my patience level. Apart from that, I was someone I used to react quickly on any kind of issues. So right now, because of book reading, because of the things which I have got from while reading a lot of books from different authors and understanding their mindset, now I get to know, okay, you should not react quickly. First understand things and then respond properly. Okay, so that the another person is going to listen you carefully. Okay, apart from that, earlier I had a fear of being alone. I thought, I need someone, right? I can talk with. I'm not talking about girlfriends, of course. I'm talking about someone. It may be your friends, it may be, yeah, basically friends, you can say. Okay. So, what happens every time we think that if we are surrounded by friends, it means we are fulfilled. Okay. But internally, what is happening in our mind, which we don't know about it. So, the fear of being alone was a very big fear in me. After reading the books like books of Acharya Prashant, books by Ayn Rand, and these some of the more other philosophical book of Franz Kafka, then I got to know you can do a lot of things, right? You can do a lot of solo activity by your own, and you don't need a lot of people to fulfill your life. Okay, so that kind of book, as I have told you, by Acharya Prashant, by Ayn Rand. Ayn Rand is a author of the very famous book, The Fountainhead. And the third book was on Franz Kafka, which was on the book was Metamorphosis. That these 3 books was totally based upon philosophy that helped me a lot. Okay, if you really want this book, maybe I will share you the link, Amazon link, in the description box. But apart from that, while reading all these three books and apart different books of these authors and different authors, that helped me a lot to understand things, and they provided me a self belief that yes, I am someone, I can also do better, because I'm a firm believer, I don't want to be a part of a rat race, right? God has given me this amazing life, right? I have a good physique by doing workouts and lots of things, right? I have built it myself. So this is a beautiful life which God has given me, and I want to utilize it proper, right? So for that, self belief is very important. If you are having something inside you and you believe that yes, you can complete it, then you will become unstoppable. And that requires in any people, if any people wants to achieve anything in their life, self belief is important, and that book reading will provide you. Okay, apart from that, you will become more original, right? Personally, I'm someone, I don't like using filters while talking to any person. I'm very much uh, original, you can say. I'm very much original, right? I talk in such a way without filter, because I don't have a lot of faces in front of you. I'll be the same person, right? So in front of every people, I make sure to talk filterless. Okay. Apart from that, um, I've told you a lot of things that helped me, right, while reading this book. And guys, one of the most important part which I would like to tell you, that if you don't have any good friend in your life, any good friend, then book reading will fill this gap. And books will be your best friend. Okay, so start with any book which requires, maybe you can start with your self-help book and start reading it. If you try to read as much as you can, I mean, of course, for that you need to, uh, of course, you need some free time as well. Free time, I mean to say, if you just dedicate half an hour on a daily basis, then book reading is going to help you a lot. Okay, in your journey. And I know a lot of people have given me excuses that Rawson, I'm doing job, I'm studying right now, and I don't have much time to read books. Guys, believe me, right? There are two three things I believe which is important in any person's life. First, you need to do exercise. It's very important, because when you are not healthy, you are out of business. Okay, your health would be very important. Second would be your book reading. It should be mandatory on each and every day. Sometimes I also do make mistakes. For 3 4 days I don't read books, because maybe of course of excuses or some other personal work. Okay, so these are the top two things which I believe is going to help you a lot. Okay, in your entire life: workout and book reading. And this video is totally based upon book reading. So again, guys, if you don't have any friend, so make books your best friend, and book reading is not going to disappoint you in your life. Okay, thank you guys for listening to me. It is going, I think it's been almost 9 minutes. Okay, so thank you for your time, for listening patiently. Okay, and guys, please start reading book. I will make sure to upload more and more videos on book reviews, and more videos based upon what I really liked in any particular book, any particular chapter. So thank you guys. Yeah, thank you very much, guys. Bye bye.